So now we continue in English. So we have two guests, Mindaugas from Fortinet and Tanel from Telia. But I will give the floor to you guys. We'll have the short introduction. Let's start with you, Mindaugas. Who you are, what you do.
So hello to everyone who's listening. My name is Mindaugas. I'm representing Fortinet. I'm a system engineer for MSSP. MSSP stands for a Managed Security Service Provider. That's the thing nowadays because all the services need to be secure. And I help MSSPs to build the services around our security products.
But Mindaugas, as a person,
Oh.
who you are?
Well, I have a dog, I have a daughter, so I have my usual life also.
So you
Besides
have
that.
your hands full.
Yeah, for sure.
But Tanel,
Yeah, hello. My name is Tanel. I'm a security solutions engineer in Telia, Estonia. And I'm working in security solutions and services engineer. And we are trying to offer our customers all kind of security solutions, what they need. And as a person, well, I don't have a dog, but I love nature, I love photography. So I do nature photography in my free time and also like to traveling, especially in Lapland, north, and so on. Yeah.
So if I need a new wallpaper, then you're the guy to go to.
Exactly.
Okay, but thanks for the small talk, but let's now get to the topic. And the topic is application security everywhere. What it is, what do you mean by it?
Well, I would say that all the business nowadays is within the applications. The applications are hosted somewhere. It might be hosted in the public cloud, in some private cloud, or in the hybrid cloud. So that's what I mean by everywhere. And that needs to be protected because within the applications there might be something that needs protection. So yeah, that's why it's important.
But give me an example. What are you protecting by it?
Well, let's say applications have the regular access of the data via web browser, via app, for example, from a mobile phone. Behind that web page, there is a database in which you can have data, which can be kind of critical, or personal data that you don't want to lose or to be exposed to someone that does not need to know about that data. And yeah, this is where we come in. We provide web application firewall as such a product or as a service. It can be consumed in multiple types, like a legacy type in terms of a firewall, web application firewall as a hardware device. It can also go as a web application firewall as a virtual machine, and it can also be consumed as a service, which is hosted in all most popular hyperscalers, Amazon, Google Cloud, for consumption, ready to use, basically.
So all in all, for me, it's a WAF service. I tend to use
Yes.
the shorter version.
Yes.
But when I have discussed the WAF service with my customers, then I think there is a miscommunication or misunderstanding. What's the real difference from the customer point of view between like protecting against the DDoS or denial of service and really giving them the WAF service? What are the three key things there?
Well, in terms of DDoS, so the most of the most popular DDoS protection comes up to layer 4. Application level security is provided by web application firewalls, who are able to understand the web traffic, inspect it, and this way protect it. Not protecting against like huge attacks, but protecting against targeted attacks where hackers use some SQL injections, buffer overflow techniques, other stuff to compromise your application, vulnerabilities, let's say, and get into your system and benefit from that. So.
But why is the API security so important nowadays?
Well, yeah, it's important because the web front end of every application is used by the end user, and the back end, which is API basically, the web applications which are developed by different vendors or companies. Like there is a vendor who develops some web application, and he needs to exchange data which lies within his application. So API is used for that purpose, and it's also exposed towards the outside. So that needs to be also secured, because API is also, even though it's not kind of human readable interface, but via this interface you can also export the same data that you can via web interface.
Actually, more and more statistics shows more and more attacks are made over API. So API protection is really important, much more important than, let's say, last year.
Yeah.
But if I would put that into like a normal customer point of view, then what are the worst case scenarios if my API is attacked, I get injected? What could really happen, and how can buff service help or be in between? Or
so as of minimum, let's say like it can have a schema of all your API structure that is exposed for a particular application. It can only allow, based on that schema, what can be posted onto the application and exported, right? So that can be managed, and also it does the same thing that it does on the web application interface, protects against all those SQL injections, buffer overflows, and all that stuff. So, and also, at least our solution that we're offering, it has this machine learning option. It learns based on the kind of data samples from the actual application. It builds a machine learning based model, and using that model, we can protect against zero-day attacks, basically, from the attacks that are not well known from the signature database that is fed by the FortiGuard labs.
so if one of the customers gets hit, then you can protect against the same kind of pattern from another client point of view.
Technically, this information is exchanged backwards to the FortiGuard labs, and then this way the signatures are developed, basically.
But what is really like the best part from Fortinet if we talk about the buff service? How do you say that you are the best on the market?
Well, yeah. So I would not say that someone is best or the worst. The thing is about security effectiveness, how you can leverage the features that you have in hand and how to make you the most effective one. So if you look at some reports, external reports, kind of looking into other web application firewall vendors, it would be at the top, of course. That's fine. But then it comes into the integrations between other products like firewalls, etc. And we have that built-in native integration, security fabric. We can exchange the malware information, like IP addresses that are attacking our application. And for example, in a use case where you have a firewall also within data center perimeter, you can exchange the IP address list who's attacking your application, offload that kind of blocking on the firewall level. So you will save a lot of compute resource on your web application firewall.
Okay, so...
And also the machine learning, also a very important thing, that we do support machine learning for zero-day attacks. That is the most kind of important feature that differentiates from those like old-school web application firewalls.
But if I would put myself into client shoes and I would need a web application security service or a WAF service, then how can I get the service? Should I have to invest into on-prem solutions? Would I get this as a service part, or what is the most effective way to do that?
So there are many options. One of the options is Telia Estonia is launching a web application firewall service based on our solution. Another option, you can buy a virtual machine, the license and install yourself on premise, or buy and consume from the cloud, as I said, pay as you go. So all options are available within our product, and the best way here is that you must, or the most important thing is that you have to have the knowledge how to use it and how to configure it. So the best way, I would say, if you don't have a lot of developers sitting behind you, because it needs to be understood how to use this technology, you should get as a service. And the best way is to go to local integrator where you can talk local language and benefit from that.
But maybe an ABC question. Do I need a FortiGate firewall to consume a service like WAF?
No.
Easy answer as well.
Yeah.
But now, I have a maybe strange question for you, Mindaugas. I know that you have worked in bigger companies all your life doing networking, like I won't say the vendors, but you have worked in big players. Why Fortinet? What is so cool in Fortinet, and why do you want to promote the service and their features?
Well, I have a lot of challenges here because we have a lot of products, more than 50 products on the list basically. And in before even I worked for big like service providers. We had kind of limited space for growth, right? And here I can choose any product from the list and start developing myself into that direction. And the products are constantly changing, updated, vendors acquired, all that stuff. So I feel challenged here.
But Tanel, a question to you. I think when we chose to provide WAF service, we had multiple players that we are choosing from. Why did we choose Fortinet?
I would say maybe Fortinet is not the most let's say
Simply the best.
it's not the easiest to implement. It's not the hardest as well. It's not the cheapest. It's not the most expensive. But regarding efficiency and price, it's the best option. So that's why we chose Fortinet. And also, Fortinet has been a long-time partner for us, and we have a very good relationship and can get very good support.
So all in all, we will say that Fortinet is a good partner and best bang for the buck. And thank you guys for joining us on the stage. Please give your hands to Mindaugas and Tanel. And pretty soon we'll have Renata with us on the stage. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.